I'm Watanabe Shinji, Kudo Shihan. Today's video is a comparison between Kudo and Karate. When you want to understand something really, one of the best ways is to compare it to something else. To compare it to something else and then pay attention to the differences. And where does the difference come from? Thinking about that will help you to understand the essence of the thing. Today, let's compare the modern martial arts of Kudo with the traditional martial arts of Karate and look at the differences in the concepts of each. I'm sure it will be interesting for both Kudo practitioners and Karate practitioners. Please check it out. Kudo is a martial art that was founded in 1981 by Sensei Azuma Takashi, former All Japan champion of Kyokushin Karate. At that time, it was called Kakuto Karate. In English, it means combat karate. It was not until 2001, when the first World Championships were held, that the name was changed to Kudo. Now, I think it can be said that one of the characteristics of Kudo is that it is a martial arts designed specifically for non-armed fighting. This means that in modern society, or at least in today's Japanese society, there will be almost no situations where you fight with weapons, even as self-defense. Unless you are a policeman or a soldier and you have to fight against thugs or enemy soldiers. But for ordinary people in modern society, the most that can happen is you are involved in a small fight on the street and you probably don't have weapons at the time. And even if you have that, you can't use such a thing. You would be arrested for over-defense. This is why he created Kudo, a system of self-defense and realistic struggle in modern Japanese society by collecting techniques specialized in non-armed fighting. On the other hand, traditional karate, original karate, is a bit more severe and is considering self-defense in a social situation where it is common or realistic to fight with weapons. If you have a weapon, you will fight with it. And even if you don't have it, you can fight with the same physical manipulation. That is original traditional karate, I think so. Then, let's take a look at the differences between the two concepts through specific individual techniques. Os. So, let's start from the posture. Please take a look at the standard posture of Kudo. Take one step forward and one step to the side. Body orientation is about 45 degrees. With your hands high up at chin level. This is what you look like from the side. On the other hand, the traditional karate posture is usually puts the hands on the middle position, like this. This is the same posture as when you hold a long stick. You can fight by karate with the same movements as when you hold a long stick. And it's okay with a knife, but let's respect tradition and hold aside. Shall I? Even if you hold aside, you can fight by karate. The same posture and the same movements. But you can't do that with a kudo posture. You stab yourself. I'm sure you've heard this before, but in old karate, they used to say that in karate, bare hands and weapons are like two wheels of cars, right? That means is what I just explained. I think so. But in traditional karate nowadays, a strange expression, slightly. But in traditional karate nowadays, only the part of bare hand fighting is karate. Fighting with weapons is becoming a separate genre called Kudo. Now, let's go back to the Kudo posture. Take one step forward and one step to the side. 45 degrees, and the hand is up at chin level, like this. Probably, as you know, there is an event called Karate Combat, right? That gathers the top fighters of traditional karate, I mean WKF community competitors, and has them fight one-on-one with full contact knockdown rules. In that fight, many of the fighters there start out with their hands down on the middle position. Same as in WKF competitions. But as the round progresses, they start to raise their hands up. Such situations are frequent. In non-armed fights, it's still easy to fight with your hands up, especially when using gloves. On the contrary, in weapons fights, you would rather have to protect your torso. For example, when you have a knife, not many people stab at the head, right? If you go to stab the head, the target is small and it's difficult because it moves. So if you want to stab, you should stab the body, right? The body is a big target and does not move much. Therefore, it is better to keep your hands down to protect your torso. If you want to attack the face, you won't stab it, you'll slash it, right? So if your opponent slash at you, you can't do this. You will be slashed your arm. So you have to do this. Jodan age uke. This way you can stop the attack before it cuts you. And I have explained this with a knife now, but it is the same with a stick. Even if you have strong arms and abdominal muscles, that can withstand your opponent's punches. But being hit or poked hard with a hard stick will give you to the serious damage. Both. The above is the difference in each posture as seen from the difference in the concept of Kudo and Karate. How was the content of the video this time? I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you learned something. If you did, I'm very happy. Okay, in the next video, we will look at the differences between the concepts of Kudo and Karate through punching and kicking techniques. Please stay tuned. Os.